Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today to take a quick look at the new ALFAWISE T1 Gemini Lake mini computer. So we have reviewed quite a few mini computers here on the channel, but this is actually the first one with the Gemini Lake generation Intel CPUs. Now, in terms of specifications and storage expansion capabilities, it's very similar to the P-Link S1 and also to the HPC AK1. All of these we can easily expand the storage by just using a 2.5-inch hard drive or an SSD, which is great for Plex or Kodi servers. I'll leave the links down below for all these machines, which are very similar in terms of storage expansion, and then you can decide which one is the best for you or not. And we will talk about Kodi and Plex servers in just a few moments. Now, in terms of design, it has this glossy plastic at the top, which actually looks nice. It is a fingerprint magnet, as you guys may imagine. In terms of the rest of the plastics are nice. They're not the most expensive plastics that I've seen, but they're not the cheapest plastics as well. So more than acceptable for the type of computer. It also has a metal plate that we can use to attach to the back of a display or a TV, just in case we want to hide it. And this can be particularly useful, especially in office environment when we want to have a clear desk with more workspace and so on and so forth. Now, in terms of the hardware itself, I was talking about in the intro, which is the first Gemini Lake that we have seen here on the channel. In terms of performance, as we were expecting, it has a bit higher performance than previous models that we have seen here. Nothing huge, but nonetheless there is an improvement. It also has 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of flash storage. With a decent SSD speed for this kind of computer, it actually is very responsive, and some great Wi-Fi and Ethernet connection speeds. And as you can see, on Wi-Fi I can get almost the maximum of my connection, which is always great, and on the Ethernet, no surprises, I was able to get or reach the maximum of my connection. Now, as always, in terms of real-world performance, this kind of machine is targeted at the office productivity, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on and so forth. We can always play around with something a little bit more demanding like Photoshop or similar, but don't expect too much out of these devices. When we go to more advanced tools like Photoshop, we can work with basic, but more advanced workflows will be difficult. So this is the kind of machine really great to have on an office as a budget machine. We can do everything: browse emails, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on and so forth, as we have seen in the past. For those of you that ask, hey Robert, gaming, as always, any computer like this one that doesn't have a dedicated GPU will be always limited to older desktop games or those games that we can find for mobile platforms like on the Windows Store. And I did test that out with Asphalt 8 Airborne, which is one of my favorite games on the mobile platform. And guys, the experience was just great, as we have seen on many other similar mini computers. Now, besides being used as a office productivity machine and some gaming, I do believe that this kind of computer, along with the P-Link S1 and the AK1 that we talked about in the beginning, these are great devices for those that are looking for Windows 10 machines to be used as multimedia devices, especially because they have advantages and disadvantages when we talk to Windows and Android. But they've got a great advantage, which is with Windows, we have a lot more flexibility in terms of servers, databases, and so on and so forth. So right here we have a huge advantage, which is to get a 4 or 6 terabyte hard drive, 2.5-inch of course, and then use it as a Kodi server, for example. And for those of you that are hearing this term Kodi server for the first time. Yes, it's possible. We have done it here on the channel for Android. We have done it for a couple of network attached storage solutions, and it's also possible for Windows. I will show you that in a couple of weeks, I hope. Now, in terms of Kodi, we can have a server and a player at the same time on this machine, and of course, as a server, you can centralize all the info for any other device that we have on our network, which is really a great option. Now, I did try it out on the Ethernet and on the Wi-Fi connection, and it was great. I was able to stream all the content that I've got on my external network attached storage solution, so I was getting the movies from the network and not from the computer itself. But this is the kind of device that we can use to centralize our media. Now, besides Kodi, I also use Plex, and as you guys may see or have seen already by some images, the experience was also great. So I do believe that this is one of the big advantages on this kind of computer, that we can expand the storage, is to centralize all our media instead of using a network attached storage solution, which is something that I love but a lot more expensive for the same kind of performance. So this is one of those things that we need to have in mind. And it can also be connected to 2 displays at the same time, and the maximum resolution that I got was 4K at 60 Hz, which is great. Usually we can get 30 Hz, but in this particular case we are getting 4K at 60 Hz. So the experience overall was great on this machine. I do believe that this, along with the other 2 that we mentioned, are really targeted at the office, but with the flexibility that we can use it as multimedia servers and have a great performance right over here. Guys, any questions that you still have regarding this machine or any other, just leave them down below as usual. Any comments, anything that passes through your mind. As always, hope that this video was useful, and if it was, don't forget that huge thumbs up, which is really important to the channel. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.